we're happy to have former Major League outfit, former teammate of Jack Morris's, Billy Beane, is here to talk about the week that's been going on here at Target Field, Diversity Week for the Minnesota Twins. First of all, welcome back to Minnesota. You played here, I'm guessing, didn't you?
I didn't play in this part.
Right.
I wasn't lucky enough to do that, but yeah, I was a part of Jack's team for 3 years, a long time ago. It was an honor to play there and for Sparky Anderson and all that. But I'm really happy to be here. Big week here for you guys.
Ground ball, base hit to left field. Well, Billy, let's talk about your role within Major League Baseball and what exactly is sending you to the various ballparks around Major League Baseball.
Well, my job was I was brought back a couple years ago to really expand the conversation of diversity that baseball's been championing for a long time, and a lot of people. My story sort of slipped through the cracks, I think, for a while, but I left baseball just when I was starting to be a pretty good utility player, and came back. I lost a partner. I was playing in the closet, and baseball brought me back to talk, expand that conversation, diversity about sexual orientation, and the introduction of that was new to a lot of people, and I think I did it in a slow manner. By sharing my experience, and the upside is that it's really been embraced by the clubs, and we need to give the players resources and information that helps them understand what it's like to play in these big cities, and the big questions from the media, and the wonderful responsibility that goes with wearing a big league jersey.
Billy, how much progress have you seen since you've taken ownership of the role in 2014?
Jack, I thought it was going to be. First of all, for me, just as a former player, I was very nervous about how the players would receive me, and MLB Network really helped me with making a video about my career and helping sort of bridge that first initial conversation when they see for the first time from a former player. We were talking about social issues in this manner, and from the very beginning, the general managers around the league, once I met with them, I've gone by invitation only. This wasn't a mandate from Commissioner Manfred or the commissioner's office, and I've been going nonstop for 2 years, and I help clubs in many different ways. I have talked to most of the big league clubs during spring training, talked to minor league players when they're all together, but just like this week, I'm here to support a community event that the Twins are doing. That's a Diversity Week. It's not specific to LGBT. It's inclusive of that, but the Twins have some wonderful people that care about the people in their community, and they asked me to come back, and I'll talk to some people, meet some people tomorrow. And I just have to say, around the league, especially in the light of something that happened this summer like Orlando, where the baseball is held to a higher standard, with the sport of Jackie Robinson, and we were able to heal people a little bit, offer our condolences in a wonderful memorial way. But when the baseball starts and the lights are on, it brings people together, and to make them a little bit happier. People just need to know that they're a part of that conversation.
I know that you traveled around through spring training. Paul Molitor said that you visited the Twins in Fort Myers during spring training.
Yes, sir.
You visit all the clubs then in spring training, Florida and Arizona? It
takes a while. It's a challenge to meet all 30 clubs, but that's a perfect example. When I played against, when I was playing with Jack, Paul Molitor was one of the greater players that's ever played the game, and to walk into a clubhouse and see him, shake your hand and say thank you for coming. The guys need to learn a little bit about what's going on in the world, and that gave me a lot of inspiration to be in there and feel confident enough to keep it about baseball, but also give them a consideration that we weren't given players in my generation. So I probably hit 10 to 12 teams during this spring, but overall the last 2 years I've been just about every single one.
How can organizations work as a team to further advance diversity efforts?
I think the team, just the initial understanding, when we were playing, Jack, people came to watch us, and now with the way that the players interact, the intimacy of social media, and some players love talking to the fans, nonstop. There's an expectation of the fans that's different, and I think that the clubs need to, or feel the desire to want to reach out and be as comprehensive in their inclusive message. It's a challenge, to be sure. Racism didn't end when Jackie Robinson ran onto the field in 1947. there'll always be people that are adverse to the LGBT community because it's something that they're uncomfortable with or they don't know much about. And the one thing that I try to do is find that bridge that brought us all together, and that's baseball. And I think that, you know, if Jackie Robinson is the marker for the things we aspire to make the world a little bit closer and better, that gives me the confidence and courage to keep moving this message in a way that is appropriate to the age group that I'm speaking with or the community that I'm joining that day. It's a challenge to be sure, but I think I'm up to the task, and I'm really, it's a privilege to be working for baseball and to try to, you know, just expand what our community message is.
To reset the situation here, Duffy has given up a 1-out single to Maben. He's got one eye on him and another eye on Eric Ibar at the plate, who's got a 2-2 count. You said you've been at this now for a couple of years. Have you seen progress? You think you're making an impact?
There's been a couple of examples that were players or people that work in baseball. I've been invited to talk to their front offices, and in the midst of the conversations that I've had, people that have worked, you know, closeted, have stood up and said, today's the first day that I feel comfortable enough. You know, a lot of people that are in baseball, I never put my private life in front of my career until I lost my partner, and I didn't know who to talk to, and you know, things sort of spiraled out of control out of my life. But there's a love to be a part of this sport, and you know, historically we've I guess kept our personal lives private in order to enhance our careers, and I think that people are just feeling a little bit safer to be their true self or their best self, and not every team or organization is going to have an experience that happens like that. But to me, it just means that someone felt that their employer was embracing them a little bit more that day, and something good came from it.
You saw Ibar hit a smash to Plouffe, who got the force out at first base, and then Maben reaching safely at second. Here's a ball popped up, foul, and it'll spin back into the seats. Well, let's go back, and these are in color. You know, that's not that long ago,
right?
Billy.
I was about 17.
I probably watched that one for sure. Maybe not that one.
Yeah.
When you went over to
with the Tigers, but also with the Dodgers and the Padres, correct?
There you go. I tell you what, it was. It goes by fast. I tell you, I miss it very much.
Deep to right field, Kepler back and playing it off the wall. Maben will score easily, and the throw to second not in time. And Cabrera's driven in both runs, one with a home run to center, and one with a double high off the wall in right field.
He certainly makes it look easy.
He's an unbelievable hitter, and a ball right down Broadway. This time he pulls his hands in a little bit. You can almost see that he wanted to go the other way with this ball, which he does a lot with runners in scoring position. And he got the power to go up against the wall. Nothing Kepler could do except wait, take it off the wall.
And now Martinez will bat. It's interesting. You'll remember where the pitch was when Cabrera hit the home run to center field, inner third of the plate. Same to this one. And again, he doesn't try to pull the ball. He might pull the ball from time to time, but very confident that he can do some damage to right field and center field as well.
I was at spring training with the Tigers, and I watched him hit. I sat in the batting cage and just watched him hit for about 45 minutes. He had a ball on a tee, and he was trying to hit it literally sideways just to keep his hands inside the ball. You know, nobody was there. Just like the best hitter in baseball. It was just like watching royalty to me. It was interesting to see what keeps him, you know, his checkpoint to his success.
I think everything you say about Cabrera, you could say about this guy too, Victor Martinez. We saw it last night. Got a pitch away, and he hit it sharply to left for a base hit. And then he got something he could pull, and he pulled it for a home run. Down and in, and now it's 3-0 to Victor Martinez.
Take another look at Miggy's swing here, just what you were talking about, how he kind of pulls his hands in. That ball's right over the middle of the plate now. Remember that. It wasn't away, but he wants to shoot it away. So by pulling it in, he's able to do that. Now they intentionally walk Victor.
Billy, we thank you for coming to Minnesota and for your visit here tonight. I think you'll agree with us. This is a lot better ballpark than the Metrodome was.
I remember that. Yeah, those fly balls there, those were nightmares during a day game in Metro. This place is beautiful, and I love coming to Minnesota. There's some great people running this ball club and organization, and I really appreciate you guys having me on tonight.
Best of luck, Billy.
Good to see
Thanks,
you,
Billy.
Mr.
Good to see
Morris.
you again.
Nice
You
to see
bet.
you, sir. All right.